Step 3. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Repetition is the cornerstone of habit formation. When you practice a new habit consistently over time, you strengthen the neural pathways associated with it. Think of these pathways as tunnels in a dragon's lair. Each time you repeat the habit, you carve the tunnel deeper, making it easier to traverse. The more you repeat, the more natural the habit becomes until it feels like second nature. Why consistency matters? From a neurological perspective, habits are formed through Hebbian theory, which states that neurons that fire together wire together. Each time you perform your chosen habit, you reinforce the connection between the neurons involved, making the habit stronger and more automatic. Studies suggest it takes an average of 66 days to form a lasting habit, though this duration can vary depending on the complexity of the behavior and the individual. Repetition achieves several critical outcomes. 1. Creates automaticity. The more you repeat a habit, the less effort it requires. Over time, it moves from a conscious effort to an automatic behavior. 2. Builds confidence. Each successful repetition reinforces your belief in your ability to succeed, fostering motivation to continue. 3. Combats resistance. Repetition helps overcome initial discomfort or reluctance, paving the way for long-term adoption. How to stay consistent. 1. Set clear, realistic goals. Define your habit in specific, measurable terms. For instance, instead of saying, "I'll exercise more," commit to walking for 10 minutes each morning. Smaller, achievable goals reduce resistance and make it easier to stay on track. To anchor the habit, pair your new habit with an existing routine, like brushing your teeth or brewing morning coffee. For example, after my morning coffee, I'll spend 10 minutes practicing gratitude. This creates a natural cue, reminding you to practice your habit. 3. Use visual trackers. Keep track of your progress using a habit tracker, calendar, or app. Marking each day complete your habit provides a visual reminder of your streak and motivates you to keep going. Apps like Habitica or Streaks can gamify the process, adding an element of fun. 4. Anticipate obstacles. Plan for the moments when life gets in the way. If you miss a day, don't dwell on it. Embrace Zoran's wisdom. No matter, just begin anew. Acknowledge the setback, learn from it, and recommit to your habit the next day. 5. Celebrate small wins. Recognize every milestone, no matter how minor. Acknowledging your progress boosts dopamine levels, reinforcing the neural pathways you're building. For example, I've completed a week of this habit. Let's treat myself to a favorite tea. 6. Involve a support system. Share your goal with a friend, mentor, or community. External accountability increases your likelihood of staying consistent. Dragons thrive in their clans, and so can you. What if you falter? Setbacks are not failures, they are opportunities for growth. Here's how to recover. Reframe the experience. Instead of viewing a missed day as failure, treat it as a chance to reflect. Ask, what got in the way, and how can I adjust to overcome it next time? Stay flexible. Life is unpredictable. Adapt your habit to suit changing circumstances. For instance, if your usual morning routine is disrupted, find time for your habit later in the day. Zoran's counsel. Even the grandest dragons stumble mid-flight. What matters is that they soar again. Sustaining your efforts beyond 66 days. While 66 days is often cited as the average time it takes to form a habit, sustaining it requires ongoing effort and adaptability. Once the habit becomes automatic, you can build on it by expanding the scope. Gradually increase the challenge. For example, turn your 10-minute walk into a 20-minute jog. Layering new habits. Add complementary habits, such as pairing your mindfulness practice with journaling or deep breathing. Reflecting on growth. Periodically assess how the habit has enriched your life. Celebrate its impact and reinforce its value. The dragon's wisdom. Consistency is the breath that fuels the fire of transformation. Each repetition strengthens the flame until it burns effortlessly, illuminating the treasures within. Zoran, by committing to your new habit with persistence and patience, you not only build a sustainable path, but also foster resilience and self-trust. Let the repetition of small actions forge the tunnels to your greatest potential. Zoran's wisdom. You cannot carve a mountain in one day, but every strike of the claw counts. Step 4. Reinforce your path. Once you've repeated your new habit enough times to form a clear tunnel, it's essential to reinforce it. Celebrating milestones and reflecting on progress helps ensure that the path remains sturdy. This step is about infusing positivity and ownership into the process, making your progress both automatic and deeply rewarding. Why celebration matters. Celebrating your achievements doesn't just feel good, it has tangible effects on your brain. Each time you consciously recognize success, your brain releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reinforcement. This surge in dopamine strengthens neural pathways connected to the habit, solidifying it further. Think of it as polishing your newly carved tunnel. The act of celebration keeps it gleaming and ready for future travels. Ways to celebrate your progress. 1. Micro celebrations. Small, everyday acknowledgements can go a long way in enforcing your habit. Example: after completing your gratitude entry, take a moment to smile, breathe deeply, and say to yourself, "I'm doing this." Reward: pair your habit with a small treat, like enjoying your favorite tea or savoring a piece of dark chocolate. 2. Milestone celebrations. Acknowledge significant achievements to keep the momentum alive. Example: after a week of consistency, treat yourself to something meaningful, a quiet walk in nature, a new book, or even an evening of relaxation. Reflection: write down how you feel about reaching this milestone. Recognizing emotional shifts strengthens your dedication. 3. Community celebrations. Share your progress with friends or family, inviting them to celebrate with you. Example: let a friend know you've completed 30 days of your new habit. Celebrate together with a shared activity or conversation. Benefit: positive feedback from others amplifies your sense of achievement. The role of reflection in reinforcement. Celebration is incomplete without reflection, taking a moment to notice how the habit is shaping your thoughts, actions, and overall well-being. Reflection deepens your understanding of progress and ensures you stay aligned with your goals. Steps for reflection. 1. Acknowledge your wins. At the end of each week, write down what went well with your new habit. Highlight small victories, such as, "I didn't skip my gratitude practice once," or "I feel calmer and more focused after my walks." 2. Identify growth areas. Reflect on challenges or areas for improvement. For instance, "I missed a day because my schedule got busy next week. I'll make time in advance." 3. Document emotional impact. Note how the habit has influenced your mood, energy, or mental clarity. Writing down positive changes reinforces the belief that the habit is worth maintaining. 4. Plan for the future. Use reflection as a guide for the coming weeks. Ask yourself, how can I strengthen this habit further? Strengthening automaticity. As your habit becomes automatic, the process of reinforcement evolves. Expand your habit. Build on the foundation. For example, turn your 5-minute walk into a 10-minute jog, or add a second gratitude entry each day. Layer habits. Pair your existing habit with complementary ones, such as journaling after meditation or stretching after your walk. Monitor long-term benefits. Check in regularly to see how the habit is enhancing your life. This keeps your commitment strong. Zoran's wisdom. Reinforcement is the gem that glows brighter with each turn of the mind. Celebrate, reflect, and let your progress shine, for every flicker of effort fans the flames of transformation. Zoran, reinforcing your path isn't just about sustaining the habit, it's about nurturing a sense of pride and resilience. By celebrating your progress and reflecting on your journey, you ensure that your tunnel remains clear and steady, leading you toward your greatest treasures. Zoran's quote of the day: "The flames of change are stoked by small, steady breaths. Even the grandest dragons weren't born wise, they practiced." Modern applications. How neuroplasticity empowers daily life. 1. At work, enhancing productivity through focused attention. The problem: multitasking may seem productive, but often leads to divided attention, increased errors, and mental fatigue. It strengthens neural circuits associated with distraction other than focus. The neuroplasticity solution. Harness your brain's ability to adapt by replacing multitasking with deep work, dedicating uninterrupted blocks of time to a single task. Steps to rewire productivity channels. 1. Time blocking. Schedule specific periods for focused work, eliminating distractions like email notifications or unnecessary tabs. 2. Mindfulness practice. Start each session with deep breaths and a moment of mental clarity. This helps transition the brain into a flow state, enhancing focus. 3. Celebrate progress. End each work session with a brief acknowledgement of what you accomplished, which reinforces the neural circuits associated with productivity. Result: over time, your brain adapts to prioritize single tasking, increasing efficiency and strengthening pathways related to deep focus and creative problem solving. 2. In relationships, cultivating empathy by interrupting negative assumptions. The problem: negative assumptions about others' intentions. For example, they don't care about me, or they're trying to hurt me, create reactive and defensive behaviors, reinforcing pathways linked to mistrust and resentment. The neuroplasticity solution. Practice empathy, a skill that rewires the brain to prioritize understanding and connection over conflict.